Hey, everybody. Just thought I'd jump out here. I know a lot of people are kind of been at home now for almost a month, and a lot of stuff going on with social distancing and maybe keeping your job. Maybe you're not keeping your job. Maybe your job's changing. But somebody asked a question today, and I thought, well, hey, I'll just throw this out here to all the great people that oftentimes watch me, follow along with me, make comments with me. And the question that kind of came about is, okay, given the fact that there's been all this social distancing, what would I do if I didn't have to go back to work? Maybe because I don't have a job now, or maybe because I found out that my job changed while I was doing all this, or maybe something else has happened in the process, or maybe you've had an idea about what could I do? What else could I do so that I don't get caught in this place, so that I'm not totally dependent on my employer, or I'm not totally dependent on what happens in the economy, or I'm not totally dependent on a paycheck from a company. What else could I do? Maybe you've had some ideas about that. Maybe you've been thinking about that. So I just thought I'd throw it out there because I know I got some great people, some brilliant people out here, some people that have all kind of experience. I just thought, hey, I'll throw that out there. See what everybody has to say. See what everybody has to say about, hey, when the pandemic's over, when it all kind of fleshes out and somebody gives the all clear, are you going back to work? And if you are you going back looking at it differently? Are you going back with an idea of how do I position myself to maybe be in a different place if it happened again, and let's say this thing cycles again next year? What would you say then? What's your answer? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? I know for some people they've kind of found out, well, hey, this is not so bad working from home as long as I create boundaries, and they figured out how to create some boundaries for themselves, right? Have you done that? What ideas have you had about boundaries? That's kind of what I had to quickly establish. Even though I've been working from home, I've been working for myself for 45 years. There still has to be boundaries, even in this kind of pandemic, because there's more people. You're not the only one home anymore. You're not the only one working out of your office from home. Now there's somebody else. What else can you do, or what else have you thought of, or what else have come across your mind, right? In this process of what we're looking at. I'm just going to throw a question I'm going to leave running across the screen the whole time. Have you come up with an idea, or have you come up with some concepts? Have you come up with ways or ideas about what will I do if I don't go back to work? Or what could I do to make an insurance policy for myself? Just throw that in the chat and let's have a talk. And hey, if you'd like to come on with me and have that discussion side by side, reach out to me and I'll just send you an invite and you can come on the show with me and we can just have a conversation, right? We can just have a conversation. Now, if you're watching me on my personal stream, I may not see that, okay? You might need to go over to Dean Renfro speaker page or to my Houston Business Network page. And if you're on YouTube, you could do that as well. But what would be some ideas? I've talked to people who've decided, you know what, I'm going back to work, but as I go back to work, I'm going to be thinking about how do I provide another income stream? In other words, where can I find something I can be selling? Can I sell what I know? You see, because 90-something% of all people sell a service or a product that they know about, whether it's a restaurant owner or whether it's a gym owner or whether it's a hardware store or whether it's an IT person. They make their living selling something that they have in their possession, whatever that is. And there's nothing wrong with that. But we all know, I don't care whether you're a doctor, or whether you're a mechanic, or whether you're somebody that owns a restaurant or works at a restaurant, or somebody that has their own business creating digital components. There are 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, and you can't get beyond that. So when that time runs up, you can't do any more. Sometimes people say, well, I gave 110% or I gave 200%. No, you didn't. There's only 100%. When you give it, that's it. That's all there is. So when you put in 20 hours or 40 hours or 60 hours or 80 hours, the time runs out. You can't put in anymore. And there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of us have learned in this social distancing concept is that we could kind of get our work done, and then it's like, what am I going to do with the rest of my day? What else could I be doing? So maybe you've got some ideas as to what else you could be doing. Maybe you could take something that you know, i.e. that other people don't know, okay, that other people don't know. Like when this whole thing started a few weeks ago, there were a lot of people who did not know how to do this right here. They did not know how to do this right here. They did not know how to use Facebook Live. They didn't know how to use YouTube Live. They didn't know how to use Zoom. They didn't know how to use GoToMeeting or any other platform. They didn't know how to use it. They had to learn how to do that. But see, you could have positioned yourself and taught some people, here's how you do that, like I did. Here's how you do that. Just put something together and here's how you do that. You don't have to be an expert at it. You don't have to know all the questions and have all the answers. You just know how to help people. See, there's a bunch of moms and kids struggling right now who never had to homeschool their kids before, and they're trying to come up with activities, and they're trying to come up with ways to help their kids learn stuff, and they've never had to do that before, and yet now they can because they've had to learn it. But some of you really know how to do that. Maybe you're a teacher, or maybe you're a homeschooler, or maybe you're somebody who's worked with children, and you could teach parents how to be able to do this. That is, cope with your kids, keep their kids on schedule, and teach them how to do something so that when the kids come out of this on the other side, the kids are ahead, not behind. Not everybody wants that, right? Or maybe you're a cook, maybe you're a chef, maybe you're not a professional chef, but you know how to cook stuff. See, there's been a lot of people that didn't know how to cook and suddenly found themselves, how am I going to cook? A lot of people who didn't know how to do things around their home, like handyman stuff, and now they've had to learn it, right? So there's all kinds of things that maybe you could help somebody else do that you might find out you can get paid for. You might find out that you could go and do this on the side and continue doing this on the side because now you've learned something that you didn't know before. You might have been afraid of public speaking and found out, hey, I can get on here and talk to people just like this, and it's okay. It's not so bad. And I can learn how to do that. And so now maybe you can help some other people learn how to do that. So there's all kinds of things out there you can do. So leave us a comment, whether you're watching this live or on the replay. What would you do, or what are you going to do when the social distancing thing is over and you're going to go back to work? Are you going to look at your job the same way? Are you going to be thinking about I need to have something on the side going, my side hustle, as somebody calls it, so that if this happens again, I'm in a better place than I am now? Well, give us a thumbs up or let us know your idea. Just put it in there. If we can help you with it, just reach out like it says down here. If you need an idea, just need somebody to talk to and say, I was thinking, what about this? What about this? And let's see if we can help you figure out something to do. Hey, thanks for being with me here tonight on the Mailbox Nugget. I get a lot of ideas, maybe like you do, from magazines and what's in the mailbox and what somebody else has done with it, and from a book or from somebody else's podcast or somebody else's live stream or what somebody else might say. And sometimes you just need to flesh it out with somebody who's not going to judge you, who's not going to try to steal your idea, who maybe can be a resource to you and say, well, have you thought about this? Because you see, oftentimes people just need to talk it out in a conversation. You just need to talk it out in a conversation. So thanks for that. Hey, Bill, thanks for the like. Appreciate that, my man. and maybe you're thinking that same way, is what could I do? What could I do? So just reach out to us, let us know. And, thanks for people watching with us and letting us know, you're there. I know several of you are watching over on my speaker page. I know some of you are watching on my public page, my profile page. So I can't see your comments, but I'd love to have that conversation. Let me see if I can see that right quick. Hang on. All right, Bill. Thanks, my man. All right. Let's see. Check that. See if it's on. See what else anybody might be saying, because you may be having some good ideas there, and I'm not seeing them, and that's not fair. That's not good. Right? That's not good. So so there we go. Yeah, I can see them. There we go. I can see them. So, but when you go back to work, what do you think you're going to do? Are you going to go back to work? I've ran into a few people that said, you know what, I found out that I don't need to go back to work. I can do something else with what I have learned at my old job. That's what they call it now, their old job. And I can go do something else because of the expertise I have, because I found a whole group of people online that didn't know how to do what I knew how to do, and I'm going to help them learn how to do that. Well, there's a strategy to that. I think I can probably help you with that if you want to just talk about it. So, hey, thanks for being with us. We'll talk to you again tomorrow, probably a couple of times during the day, during this social distancing process, right? And we'll talk to you soon. So I'm just going to post a little note down here. Hey, thanks for watching. If this might help someone, just share it. Appointment calendar. You mean for an appointment, Bill? That's easy. There it is. All right. DeanRenfro.com/go/book me. All right. That's a simple thing to do. All right. There we go. All right. So you can schedule that opportunity. I better make sure that's right. I do that all the time and then realize I didn't type it right. Yep, that's right. It's right. I thought it was. All right. So have some time and take a few moments and think about, I got an idea, or I like to do this, or I like to do that, or I think I found a way to do something. So anyway, thanks for being with us. We'll talk to you again soon. Have a great day.